Aloha everyone. If you haven't already heard, one of the most controversial issues on Maui right now is where will all the ash and debris from the Lahaina Fire be disposed of? The proposed location of Olowalu, which is just a few miles to the south of Lahaina, has received a lot of community pushback and scrutiny. This is mostly because of the concerns for the cultural and environmental significance of that area. In this video, the Mayor Richard Bissen explains his decision regarding how to proceed with the Olowalu debris site, and I'll share some drone videos of the Olowalu site that was taken just before the new year. Let's jump right into it.
We are at a pivotal point in a very controversial issue regarding removing the debris from Lahaina town and identifying a temporary location for the debris to remain until a permanent site is identified. This is the most urgent issue we are facing right now in an effort to return our survivors to their property, as well as a safe way to handle this debris. And every day we delay this process is one more day survivors must put their lives on hold. After much deliberation and careful consideration from our experts, our engineers, and our community, and weighing the pros and cons of utilizing the Olowalu site, I have decided that Olowalu will not be considered as a permanent debris containment site. That being said, we will continue to review other potential sites for long-term storage and containment. However, with survivors' best interest in mind, halting the progress of the project for the temporary site is not an option. As such, it is my intention to move forward and ask this council and this committee that we utilize the temporary debris storage facility at Olowalu. With that said, I'd like to stress that you have my promise that the Olowalu site will not be used as a permanent site, and that the debris will be removed from this temporary site once the permanent site is identified and built. The question asked most frequently is, how long is temporary? I wish I could give you a number, but I have to give you a status instead. And it depends on how quickly we can build a permanent site. I'd like to share the criteria that was used to select Olowalu as the proposed temporary debris storage facility site. And this is what's been pulled up on the slide. The proximity of the distance from Lahaina to Olowalu is approximately 8 miles. That's from the Lahaina Gateway to the site, which lessens the potential for traffic, safety concerns, and potential spills. I'd also like to note that the temporary debris storage facility in Olowalu is in compliance with the State Historic Preservation Division review and has been cleared of any cultural or historical conflicts. We have also consulted with U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to ensure that there were no significant environmental concerns. In addition, FEMA, environmental and historic preservation specialists cleared the site of any concerns. This location provides the ideal landscape to accommodate the expedited construction of this temporary location. There are many challenges that come with transporting 400,000 cubic yards of debris 26 miles across our island. Equally important to note is that if the Central Maui landfill is selected as the permanent site, these challenges are significant issues that we will all be impacted by. I'd like to explain the challenges we are faced with in transporting this massive amount of debris over the Pali. We could have the second slide. Consider that we are dealing with 400,000 tons of debris, which is equivalent to nearly 5 football fields filled 50 feet high or 5 stories high, filled with debris. This colossal quantity of debris will require up to 40,000 truckloads to travel 52 round-trip miles from Lahaina town over the Pali, through Kahului, through Pu'unene. Now, we do have other options if we consider the use of the Panahala roads that we have. That's something we'll explore for sure. This effort would require an estimated 133 semi-truckloads daily over a period of approximately 300 days, so about a year. This will equate to approximately a year and a half of unprecedented traffic concerns that we will all be impacted by. In addition, it is inevitable that this heightened traffic will put the community at risk. And while we will take every safety precaution to keep our people safe, more trucks on the road will mean more risk for traffic accidents, other safety risk, and a potential or higher potential for debris spill. There will be burrito wrap. There will be no dust. There will be wet pack. Also important to note is the wear and tear this high rate of traffic will have on our roadways. Every community we've spoken to that has had to do debris removal has faced that impact on their roads. And the increased expenses that will be incurred due to substantially increased maintenance on that wear and tear. Lastly, the debris from Lahaina is equivalent to 2 years' worth of typical disposal intake for our landfill and requires substantial expansion of our current facility. The land that we would have in mind, we do not currently own, and we would need to negotiate purchase or some other means. I would also like to address the request for bioremediation methods to be taken into consideration. Our administration welcomes these bioremediation methods, and we currently have a team internally working under the Office of Recovery to review these potential options. This is something that's been discussed over a period of time and did not just come up since Tuesday. The bioremediation cannot be performed on the current properties in the burn zone unless we require a new right of entry form, which we've already issued to our residents. This would further slow the debris removal phase. Now, it can be done after. At the discretion of our experts, we'll be looking into potential methods that can be applied at the permanent site once phase 2 is completed. In other words, on the soil that remains and not on the ash. Lastly, I'm in strong support of exploring ways to memorialize loved ones that were lost in the fire. We will continue to work with the community to explore ways that we can honor their memory. And again, there have been several suggestions made. While there is no easy path forward, I must navigate these contentious issues with the greater good as my foremost sense of kuleana. Right now, we have over 12,000 people whose lives have been forever changed by these Lahaina wildfires, and close to 7,000 who have been living in hotels for nearly 6 months. I have personally seen the devastation to the land. I've seen it in their eyes. I've seen the pain in their tears. Every day, as the challenges press on, the people of Lahaina, our own people, are leaving this island. And so, this tragedy that we must all find compassion around, and that we must unite around the shared urgency of returning our survivors to their parcels while keeping everyone safe and allowing them to start the long road of rebuilding their lives. This is and will remain my primary focus moving forward until every survivor has found their way home. So I ask our community and this council to join me in this commitment, and together we will find a way through. Thank you, Chair.